The next thing, of course, and the next question that Seifeldin has brought up is, can I explain the difference between toolbox talk and toolbox meeting and training? And then plus, what is safety statistics and recordable, non-recordable incidents? Wow. Okay, we're going to treat that as a couple of questions, okay? First one is the toolbox talk and toolbox meeting and so forth. Toolbox talks are generally used for either a reinforcement for an already established process. But what you might do is you might want to include it. Say, for instance, you're going to be, excuse me, got to get a drink from the Provoking safety cup. Say you're going to be doing a lot of painting in an area as a contractor. So you're going to have a lot of people up on step ladders. So what you might do take the opportunity during your toolbox meeting, which is usually a pre-work meeting, to have a quick toolbox talk. So they're two different things. Toolbox meeting is something that should be done every day when you're going to be doing a project, doing work, and have a work crew. Usually led by the supervisor, but I've seen some very progressive, good companies assign that toolbox talk or toolbox meeting to different workers to get everybody involved. That's actually a best practice process, but you have to be wary because some people just don't like speaking in front of others. They can do good talking in a group, telling jokes, and as soon as you ask them to come up to the front and give a talk, they clam up. But that's another subject. If you want, I'll leave a link in a description about running a good toolbox talk. But anyway, toolbox talk would be part of that meeting where you might address stepladder safety. You want to keep it short. You may say, okay, folks, just remember you're going to be working on step ladders today. So choose the appropriate ladder for the work. Make sure that it's going to be high enough so you're close to the work, just below the work, and your center of gravity isn't going to move back and forth. Oh, wow, Justin, I'll try to get to that one. I will. I promise. I'll try to get to that one. Back to what I was saying. As far as ladder work goes, you'll want to talk to them about choosing the right ladder. Then the next step is you're going to say inspect it to make sure that all the components are in place, everything's together, there's continuity within the ladder and integrity, nothing is broken, it shouldn't be taken out of service. Extend it, push the spreaders down, and position it below your work so that you're just below your work and your center of gravity isn't going to deviate back and forth. Climb up, do your work, try to keep as many body parts in contact with the ladder as possible. Ideally, you're always supposed to have 3 points of contact on a ladder, and step ladders shouldn't be used for continuous work. If you have to be using both hands, you should be talking to your workers about setting up small scaffolding, whether it be a baker's scaffold or scaffolding for the job, depending on what you're doing. So that's how you might fit that toolbox talk. The other thing is make it appropriate. You have a bunch of painters that you're working with. You're not going to talk to them about confined space entry unless they're working in a confined space to paint it. You're not going to talk to them about bullying and harassment unless, of course, it's occurred. You're going to make sure that your toolbox talk during your toolbox meeting is appropriate to the work going to take place. Because you know what, honestly, they're just going to, or this is the other one. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. They're going to be looking at their phones. They're not going to be paying attention to you.
Stupid, boring meeting. I don't even want to be here.
So this way you keep the attention on yourself. The other thing is, if you as the supervisor can start to work with the different people and getting them involved and giving that quick toolbox talk, remember, authorship leads to ownership, which leads to commitment. And when people are committed to those safety processes, then you know what? They're actually going to do them.